Winter was long here in Szpakowo, but the snow wasn't too bad, and now that spring has sprung, it's time to plant as we head into a new year here in episode 7 of our farm in Szpakowo for FS22. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, I'll have a link to the playlist down below, and of course consider checking out the channel for other series we've done here, such as Big Flats, Texas, and Farming in Siberia. So here in March, yeah, everything's been good, and actually picked up a couple contracts already, made some money, although you may not see it up there because I've already spent it right here, and we'll talk about what's going on here at the farm right now. We got a milk trailer and a little TMR mixer. Turns out that we're going to need to mix our own TMR, and I've been doing that to feed our cattle. So yeah, I picked up a couple contracts at the end of February, doing just cultivating contracts. There's not a whole lot of selection for contracts right now, but I was able to do 2 of them and make enough money to get these little this trailer here, that TMR mixer, and then, well, because it turns out I'm gonna have to mix the TMR outside of the cattle pen here, and all our hay was in the cattle pen, so I also bought a couple bales of hay that I was just messing with down there. And yeah, for right now, the cattle have been producing milk all winter, and I thought we could start off today in March by selling some of our milk, because some more money would definitely be welcome. But yeah, everything's been going pretty good here. There was a couple really, when I say really good, I mean they were decently good cultivating contracts, about 5 to 6 hectares each. You know, there's some medium-sized fields here, but oh, that trailer fills fast. Well, there we go. But those were the only good ones I saw, and everything left is really, really small contracts. So we're left to our own devices, it seems, in making money until the contracts start, you know, in the next month or so. Next month, I'm thinking we're going to see, no, let's let this guy go. We'll start seeing baling contracts again. Baling contracts pay well. And of course, well, we'll have baling to do on our own fields. So today, we're going to deliver this milk now. But let's see. I've already cultivated one of our fields. It was our old barley field down out by the road, the first one that we harvested, and that's already been cultivated. So it's ready. We're ready to plant wheat there. I guess we're going to plant wheat, and I think this is the month to do that. Let's just have a look at that real quick, because I haven't looked. Yes, this is the month for planting wheat. So we're going to want to get wheat planted in our old barley field. Whoops. And also, we're going to want to cultivate our cornfield, which it was the way the state the cornfield is in now, it was when we moved here. It needs to be tilled and planted. So right now, yep, we're just on our way to sell milk. We've got a little more than this. We actually have close to about 4,000 liters of milk, but the trailer holds this much, and yeah, that's fine. This will get us some money, pretty decent. I think it should get us around $7,000 maybe. So that's not bad for just selling milk. Hey, cows can be profitable, and I'm looking forward to digging into that. Let's see if I can get across here. Come on, cars. Oh yes, and in doing the cultivating contracts, because they were on larger fields, and I didn't really have the equipment to tackle cultivating a 6-hectare field. So I used the equipment that you can borrow, you know, when you do a contract. And the equipment it offered us was quite surprising, given where we're at. What I mean by that is they offered us, for both of the cultivating contracts, I used a Case IH Steiger with double wheels on it. And my first thought was, well, the obvious, that tractor is literally as wide as this entire road is. And when I saw that, I was thinking to myself, how am I going to get to these fields? Because, you know, in this series, how careful we've had to be with getting around. And, you know, one thing I found very surprising, it was no issue whatsoever. And that really opened me up to some of the possibilities. For instance, I've mentioned before, well, ever since the first episode, I've mentioned it. We did come here with a larger tractor. It's down at my friend's dairy farm. We haven't used it yet, but we do have a larger tractor. I wasn't sure of how feasible it would be to get around. But after driving that big Case IH, I see that it's quite surprising. It's as wide as the road is, yeah. But if you use some, you know, sensibility while you're driving it, you can get by. So the milk sell point is somewhere around here. Now I thought it might be here because it looks, well, tankish, but I tried that and that's not working. We're going to move down there, I guess. And if we can't find it down there, then I'll have to go ask someone. I think, well, first time selling milk on this map, so yeah. But let's try here. Oh, there we go. Milk sell point. Excellent. All right. Wow. Good estimate. Yeah, right about $7,000. All right, so we got a couple of fieldwork things to do, and I've definitely figured out how to feed the cattle, so we want to do some of that. The last episode in December, I wasn't quite sure, and I made some incorrect assumptions, as it took some testing around with how our farm equipment works here to realize how to do it. So let's mix up a batch of TMR for the cattle, as I've got a couple extra bales of hay, and, well, all the tools are already out and parked right there at the house, so let's make some TMR for the cows. My hope is, and I'm trying to get as much TMR in there as I can, is once they start feeding on the TMR, they will start producing manure, which was kind of, you know, that was definitely the idea, because I like the idea of having free fertilizer. I'm very fond of the idea of having free fertilizer, along with milk that we can sell. These are both very good things. Well, it's a pretty day in the spring here, because remember in fall it was raining like every day. Well, it didn't really rain. There was no episodes where it rained, but every day the sky was cloudy because it was going to rain later that day. And in winter it did snow every single day. It never piled up a huge amount, but it did snow every day. It's nice to see these clear skies and well, everything being green. It's very nice to see around here. Now, our driveway, oh yeah, up here to the left. Let's see if we could sneak through here. And we'll leave our trailer here, and we'll get some, I'll share with you my family's secret TMR recipe. I guess we can probably park this right here. The little mixer wagon that I have is perfect. You know, we only have 10 cattle, so it's great for only having 10 cattle, and it only holds 5,000 liters. So I say that because the recipe that I'm going to use works for 5,000 liters. Let's leave this right here. We should be able to fill it up from there, so that's a good spot to leave it. Yeah, this recipe we're going to uses will work with the 5,000 liter thing. Now, I was previously mixing TMR. I didn't leave this tractor running, did I? I did not. All right. Well, we're going to fire it up now because we need it to mix our TMR. Right. So first thing we need 2 spoonfuls of silage. This is the silage that, yeah, we were making from for all the grass that I mowed in our field back in November, I think. Yeah, this is the silage from that. All right, there is 1. And there's 2. Now we get 2 spoonfuls of hay. Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying spoonfuls. You know, I was just watching a cooking show, so forgive me on that. So that's 2 buckets, 2 buckets of hay. There's 1. And there's 2. Now we want just a little bit of straw, like half a scoop of straw from over here. Here I've got, this is just 1 bale of straw. Once we're done with the TMR, we're going to have to do something with this hay and this straw back here, as don't really have a proper place to store it. So we just want like half a forkload of straw. Actually, it doesn't matter. We could technically do the whole thing, but since I haven't added the last ingredient yet, I don't want to accidentally fill up the wagon before we add our secret ingredient. All right, so about half a load of straw. So basically, and I could have thrown twice this in there. The recipe's pretty flexible, but I used 2 scoops of the hay, 2 scoops of the silage, and half a scoop of the straw. Again, old family recipe, passed down, very secret, things like that. So we're going to toss in the straw. And yeah, that's, well, that can happen. Honestly, I thought, well, obviously I thought it was going in the thing, but obviously I was wrong. Let's see if we can clean this up here. Alright, let's try that again, this time without missing the TMR wagon, the mixer wagon. There we go. And that all went in? Yeah, I think so. Now we're going to add the secret special ingredient, mineral feed. Yes. Alright, and I've got that parked over here on a pallet. And so we've got 500 liters free, but we don't need that much. I just want like 100 liters of it. So we're just going to pull up aside and toss one of those sacks in. A couple sacks of it. There we go. That should be good. And if I were to pull up the interface, you would see that our mix is fine. In fact, we could use, it could take some more. But I put about 100 in. Actually, I put about 87 in. There we go. Anyway, yeah, the mix is fine. So ideally, like 2,000 of the hay, 2,000 of the straw. Sorry, 2,000 of the hay, 2,000 of the silage. 500 of the straw, and about 100 of this is what I use. We're going to go ahead and get this, get that churning in there. And we need to deliver this to our cattle. Hello, cows. I bring you TMR. There we go. Happy cows. Alright, so they're going to be chewing on this. So the next thing I want to do is, well, this month we definitely want to get wheat planted in our other two fields because we're going to need straw for our cows. We're actually, well, that said, let me think a second here. We're actually pretty good on straw because obviously their bedding is full, like their stable is full from last year. We only need straw for their feed, and as you see, it doesn't take much. You know, it takes a fraction of the straw, but you can never have too much straw. Could always use some more straw, and whatever we don't use, we can sell. And the cattle could definitely use some more TMR, but that's good for now. I will work more on this later this month because we have other things to do today, this first day of March. Other things to do, and it is a beautiful spring day. I don't want to be inside the cattle pen the whole time. Now we should, how are we on silage? Well, we're good because however much we, I think we should have, let's see, I did, how many loads? Here, let's just check and see how much we've got here. We've got 16,000. All right, so we got 16,000, so that'll do a few more loads. And the thing is, we still have, 6 more bales of grass over here. So we're good on silage. And of course, we still have our grass field, which will be regrown probably next month that we can harvest for more grass for either hay or for silage. Our cattle here are fine. Manure production hasn't started yet, but it's just this month that I started giving them their TMR. So we'll see how that goes. Let's work on cultivating our cornfield. Yes, I think so. Well, we're right here. So let's grab our Disc Harrow and let's check out this cornfield. I have hardly even laid a tire in it since we've moved here. So let's check it out. Now, it doesn't need lime. I know that much. I don't know what the fertilization state is. We're going to find out right now. Here's our cornfield. And, okay, it's got 1 stage of fertilization on it. Well, that's good to know. It's 1/3 of a hectare. So this should be pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And kind of tight on the ends to maneuver. So let's see here. Yeah, we could use a bigger Disc Harrow. But if you recall, when I bought this one, I was thinking, hey, our fields are small. We don't need a bigger one. And that's true. For the small 1/3 of a hectare field, we don't need a bigger one. But especially now that we have a more powerful tractor, yeah, I'd love to find some bigger equipment to use with it. But for this field here, this is more than fine. One cool thing about Szpakowo, you may notice, is it actually crushes the corn stalks when you drive over them. I think that's really cool. It's a cool little touch. You don't see that on every map. along with the custom crop textures that are here, that is one thing you see, is that when you drive over your fields, yeah, the tires actually crush the corn stalks. I've seen that on a few maps. I like that. I haven't even been back to the back of our field, so there's a road back here. No, it's not a road. That's a creek. Yeah, that's a creek. I guess we haven't had any rain yet this spring. I think this fills up with water. But yeah, I was like, oh, it's a road, because that would lead back to our other field. But yeah, definitely not a road. Well, I'm glad that we are getting to use our new tractor some. Couldn't use it. Didn't use it. Well, there wasn't much to use it for while it was still winter. So this is the first field work that we've been able to do with it. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some of the edge of the field down there, but I'll come back. I'll get that when we come back around. And it's kind of hard to get some of those smaller spots on this field. I guess because it's got such a, there's so little room to move around on the edges of this field. Now, we've got these two small ones, this one here and that one over there by the road. I want to look into expanding into other fields, and when I do, I'll be looking at some of the bigger fields. Because I look at, obviously, I want to grow the size of our farm, get bigger tractors, bigger equipment, bigger fields, bigger money, right? And fields with more room to turn around, preferably, yeah, because I want to get the edge of this field here, but we got that little ravine down there. See if I can kind of back up and get this from this angle. So this is already having a stage of fertilizer on it. That'll be handy. We can just run through here, plant our corn. I guess it couldn't hurt. Oh, darn, I missed that stupid whatever. Or sorry, plant our wheat. And we've got a roller. It's down at field 103. We can grab our roller. So plant, roll, fertilize. We can be done with this field this month. Won't have to do anything with it until harvest time. I think with these small tools like this, I tend to miss more. As you've seen, there's a few places I've missed some, and the reason is because I think I figured out what it is. With this tool being so narrow, the working width hardly even being basically noticeable at all, I don't hang it over as much, for like margin of error. I don't hang it over as much on the edge because, if you lose a meter of work width on this, well, that's like half the tool, right? So because I don't give it as much of a margin for error on the side, I miss more, and that's why, because I keep missing a bit as I come down here because I'm too. See, I did right there too. I'm just too whatever about hanging this over the edge. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I'm going to go get some of this that I missed tilling. That's exactly what it is. I want a wider tool, if nothing else, for that reason. I don't hang it over the edge as much, but when you do that, you end up missing all of these, all this bit here. Well, when we bought this Disc Harrow, we were running out of money and didn't have a solid way to make, get income yet at that time. Since I've been here, I've gotten to meet a lot of the other farmers, and we've been doing contracts around the area, and income it's not been an issue. We can afford a bigger Disc Harrow. And this tractor, well, obviously, yeah, and this tractor will pull a bigger one. This tractor will pull one more than twice as wide as this one here. That's something we can have a look at, actually, because yeah, I'm just going to continue to miss little spots. I guess that I'm just used to working with something a little wider. All right, and that is just about it for this. There was just a couple places I didn't get fully, and it's not a huge deal, but kind of get some of that there, and then there's a tuft of grass down here. And aside from that, this is ready. Well, I want to make sure it doesn't need line. It didn't, but then, I've cultivated the field since then, so it's possible. Nope, it's fine. So clear field, run the Disc Harrow, and also the way I have it set is this will mulch it as well, the corn stalks that were there, so it'll count as disc harrowed and mulched. And 50%. So we just need to run fertilizer over it. We've got, our cows may not be producing manure just yet, but we've got manure that we bought when we bought extra. That was when we bought the truck a couple of months ago, about 3 months ago. Well, 3 episodes ago or so, when we bought the truck, yeah. So I think we are done with this little disc harrow here. Let me make sure. So we've done, I did the barley field earlier, did this field. The other one's already planted. And yeah, we should check on that. Let's take this down to the store and probably sell this disc harrow, because especially now as we have some income and we have a bigger tractor, we can use a bigger disc harrow for sure. So let's go down to the store. We can check on our wheat field on the way there, because I have not checked it. I haven't seen it since winter when we went out there, and it was all covered in snow. While we are down here, it wouldn't be a bad idea. We could go ahead and grab our planter, our seeder, because it's down here. It should be down here at our little covered area. Did I pass our field? I don't think so. No, it should be up here. Well, every time I come here, it looks different. Last time I was down here, there was snow. This should be our wheat field right here. Now, we planted this last year. We planted this in November, I think. Or was it? Nah, I think it was October we planted this. And we're going to plant our other fields just right now in March. But because, you know, this basically was not growing over the winter, it was just laying dormant over the winter, basically. Our fields should be basically ready to harvest at the same time, I hope. So, yeah, our wheat's looking okay. All right, let's come down here. Actually, first, yeah, I wanted to sell this cultivator, this disc harrow. And the shop's kind of right behind us. Let me get turned around here. I don't want to forget to grab our seeder while we're in this area is the thing. So I'm going to get this to the shop. We'll see how much we get for it. While it's still relatively new. We've only used it on a couple, 3 fields. All right, so let's see what they'll give us for this. Yeah, it's a good disc harrow, but let's see, $12,000. Wow. Seems fair to me. Makes you wonder how much a new one costs. See, I don't remember how much it costs to buy that. Well, apparently it costs more than $12,000. Let's see what a new one costs if you want to upgrade to a bigger one. There's some that are there that are actually pretty cheap. So I'll keep that in mind. We won't need one for a while. When we do need one, see, maybe want to go on, you know, maybe a used one will come up for sale is the thing. So I'll wait and see if a used one comes up for sale. If not, there are some cheaper options, you know, like more antique models, you could say, that could be more, well, will be more affordable. For now, let's get down here and grab our seeder. Yeah, when we need a disc harrow, I will have a look at that. There's definitely cheaper options for buying older equipment. And I need to make sure that we have seeds. Yeah, I didn't think of that when I was down there just now. I don't remember. It's been like 6 months since we planted last with it, so I'll have to see how our supply of seeds is. We're going to need the roller too, that's right. Is there any way I can take both of them? You know, if we take back roads, I think I can actually take the seeder and the roller. I think I can. We'll have to get creative though. We'll see here. Okay, here's our equipment parked up here. Oh, that's right. I did have a road through here. Yeah, well, that road was in the wintertime. The snow's gone, so yeah, didn't have a proper road. I was just thinking, I was just thinking we have the road through here now. No, we don't. That was just where I plowed in the winter. Yeah, we still need to get a proper road out here. Is this grass ready to cut, do you think? I don't know. I say give it another month because I cut it in December and I mean, it just now is March. It's probably going to need another month to grow because it wouldn't have grown over the winter, I wouldn't think. All right, so here's our cedar. I think we can get this and the roller back to our farm. All right, so let's get our cedar. And let's see how many seeds we have. We are going to need seeds. I think so. Well, if we used 60% of it, well, to be fair, we use 60% of it to plant a 0.8 hectare field. We have 2.3 hectare fields to plant. So technically, we should have enough. Yeah. And I'm going to say, yeah, let's go for it. Because it'll save us some time. If we run out, well, I figure at some point in the near future, we'll be back down at the store anyway. So when we're back down at the store, I'll just grab a pallet of seeds or something. Because the way to get this and the roller both back to the house is not compliant with traveling on the roads. That's why I said, you know, if we can get there via back roads, yeah, it's the only way to get this and the roller. And I should have taken there's a road from our other property over there. Well, we're just going to come down to this grass field here. It's not our grass field, but I don't think that matters. It's just grass. Yeah, the way to get this home along with the roller is not going to be compliant with roads with pedestrians and traffic, but we can get it down the back roads. Yeah, see, there's totally a little dirt path here that goes right to our other property. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to park this here. Grab our roller so we can save us an extra trip down here. And we're going to have to drop our weight off. Yeah, totally spaced that one. I was thinking of that when I grabbed the cedar, but then I forgot. Let's drop our weight off up here. Drop it by this. Now we can grab our cedar on the front of the tractor, and, well, we don't have to use any paved roads, so this will get us back in one trip. But we can't drive through our wheat. We can go down between these fields here, it looks like, actually. If we're sneaky, yeah. Well, I'll have to remember this. Oh, yeah, there's tire tracks here. Yeah, there's a little path through here. Wow, a shortcut to field 103, you know? Yeah, been here less than a year, still finding little shortcuts here and there. This is a great shortcut to our wheat field because, yeah, it's right there. We can skip all of that over there. Get this out here. We'll get this planted. Now, this has 0 fertilizer on it. This field here has no stages of fertilization on it. So we're going to have to come back next month. Probably do what I did with our other wheat field last year, and that's we've got a tractor with narrow tires, but we may have to rent a fertilizer spreader to mount on it. That's what I did last year. I put slim tires on one of our tractors and then rented a fertilizer spreader that could just attach to the 3-point, so I didn't mess up the crops because this field has 0 fertilization right now. All right, and we're set to wheat. And we're good to go. And it is about impossible to tell. I don't you love it when it's like this. Yeah, it's about impossible to tell where we have been. Well, I guess we'll find out when I turn around here where it's planted. Hopefully, it should be evident. Oh, yeah. It's not too hard. It's not too bad to tell at all. Once you turn around and have a look at it, of course, it's always how it is. And this cedar, of course, this cedar is twice as wide as that Disc Harrow was. This is going to make quick work of this field. And our new and more powerful tractor, well, it's simply more powerful than our previous tractors that we had. Well, one of which we still have, of course. We still have the turbo, but I mean our previous powerful tractor had nothing on this new one. Yeah, it's going to make real quick work of this. And so once we get this field planted and the cornfield planted, of course, I'll want to come over these, roll them, fertilize them. And then on our farm, that kind of puts us, except for taking care of the cattle, you know, our 3 fields, that's kind of it. Well, but that's just, you know, just our fields and just, you know, I'm just saying that's the field work for this spring, really. Just having these 3 small fields. Of course, we do have the cattle to take care of. And contract work. I'm hoping to get a lot of contract work because last year, just last fall, we made a lot of money doing contracts. Obviously, made enough to pay for this shiny new tractor. So, and this year, I'm going into, you know, summer and fall with the equipment that we were afforded, you know, later on last year. Like, for instance, all the baling equipment that we had to buy, I took out a loan for that bale loader, which of course totally paid for itself. That was so worth it. Well, we're going into this season already having that. So I expect this season to be very lucrative here. I'm just saying, you know, what I mean is there's definitely a lot of work to do, but it's just like, yeah, our fields are so small and there's only 3 of them. For now, that is, of course. I want to look, however, you know, once we can, definitely want to look at expanding our farm, both in equipment and in land, you know, obviously. And I can't really say much except we'll have to see how that goes. More cattle, more land, bigger tractors, more money. Started here with such a basic fleet. Like our old harvester over there, we've only used it once. And we've only used that harvester once. I'd like to use it again just for so we can say we got some use out of it. But I wouldn't mind having a look at upgrading that either this summer and this fall. I'll definitely be looking at stuff we can upgrade when used equipment comes up for sale. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled because I know from the contract work we did last year that there'll be plenty of money to be made with contracts this year. And that, I believe, is our northern wheat field all planted. Make sure I got here. Yeah, this is all planted. This is ready to... We're ready to roll this. Yeah, and of course we'll want to also grab the manure spreader and, yeah, hit this with manure. But I figure as long as we have the seeder attached, can I fit this through here and we can head to our cornfield? Yes, I think this will fit through here. Very carefully. And yeah, our cornfield's right here. We can go ahead and get this planted, or we could throw manure on that one and manure on this one first and then plant it, because it will be easier to see where we've planted if we throw manure on it first. Of course, then again, the seeder is already literally right here, so. And our manure spreader, I believe the one we were using is all the way down at the shop. You know, I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, this field seems a lot smaller. Yeah, it feels a lot smaller working it now with a 6 meter wide tool as opposed to the 3 meter wide Disc Harrow. Funny how that happens, isn't it? This field suddenly seems to be, well, the size that it actually is, which is about the size of your average plot here in town. Yeah, pretty small. Definitely look forward to getting out to some of the bigger fields. I had a lot of fun doing this cultivating contracts, getting to drive a big, you know, case IH, and it was big. Like I said earlier, you know, it was as wide as the road, and we had a 14 meter wide cultivator. I would rather use our own equipment. I like using my own equipment on contracts. That just feels really good because it feels like, like being a contractor, you taking your own equipment to a different site and working there. I like it better. But of course, we just don't have the equipment to, work a 6-hectare field. It would have taken way too long for what it paid. Anyway, it was fun using that equipment. It's good to know that you can actually maneuver around Szpakowo with a huge tractor like that on the roads. At first I was skeptical as to whether or not it would even fit out of the shop onto the road. But yeah, totally. I was surprised. And it looks like we are definitely, I think we're going to have enough seeds. Yeah, I don't think we're going to run out. We'll have enough. We'll just have to get some more seeds in this before we plant next. And thinking of contracts, there are contracts here. There was a couple decent paying contracts this month that I saw, but they are fertilizing. I've never been fertilizing contracts. I know that surely they can pay. I haven't done any here yet. I'm sure they'll pay. It's the thing with them is it's hard to calculate exactly how much because, you've got how much the contract pays minus whether or not you decide to use borrowed equipment for it. But then there's the other factor of you have to buy the fertilizer, and I know you'll still make money, but like I see the fertilizing contracts that are there, and they're like for like $8,000 or so, but it's on like a 5-hectare field, and so it's like, okay, so I'll pay $1,000 to rent the equipment, I'll get $8,000, so that's like $7,000 left, but it's going to take at least, a minimum purchase of $2,000 for the fertilizer, right? And it's like, ouch, right? Yeah, that really kind of like. Now, when I was farming in Baldachin, I did fertilizing contracts there, but I did kind of have a bit of a hookup for the fertilizer in a different situation, different place, different country even, so who knows. But so this is all planted here. Both of these fields are ready to roll, and that is all of the. It's all the planting that we have to do. This can be taken back. Yeah, this can totally be taken back now to the other field. Or, parked where it was, because we won't need this unless we acquire another field or for whatever reason take up a sowing contract, which could be the case. We could take a sowing contract. This tool is wide enough. I wouldn't mind working on bigger fields with it. This tool works pretty well, but for now, I'm going to haul this back down to our equipment parking, and now we have a quicker way to get there. Oh, and while we're down here, yeah, I'm going to see if I can find that manure spreader. So where was that short? Oh, yeah, it's literally right here. Wow, we literally get out of our field, just cross the width of 2 more fields, and boom, we're right here. I'm so glad I know this is here now because, yeah, it saves us from driving all the way down to that road down yonder. And this road should go all the way to the field where we had this parked, then, I'm thinking. Let's find out. This should go like exactly to our grass field and like dead end there. I hope. Or maybe it just goes to our neighbor's field. I forget. Whose field is this? Nope, that's our field. This is the west end of our grass field here. Sweet. This grass field, yeah, lots I want to do with this. We can use it all for grass. Sure, we can use it all for grass, but we can do lots of other things with it too. Now, the manure spreader must be at the shop because I don't see it here. I think there's one parked down there that we can use. Use our new tractor to go grab that. I keep forgetting to enjoy the beautiful new tractor while we can. I have already washed it once or twice to keep it nice in that shiny kind of reddish orange that it is. Whoa. I was all checking out the tractor and not where I was going. Yeah. I like it. I like having a new tractor. So I'm going to get down here. I think there's a manure spreader we can use down here. And, of course, back there you probably saw there was, a big pile of manure. Yeah, enough to probably fill the spreader. We'll see. Oh, that's right. Our truck is parked here, too. I need to remember that our truck is down here. I was using the truck. What did I come down here for? I came down here for something. Drove the truck down here. I need to remember it's parked down here. So I think we'll find the manure spreader over here. Yep, there it is. There it is. And does it have any manure in it? Yes, I think it does. I think I saw some in there when I was turning around. Yeah, actually, it's a third of the way full. Great. So that means, yeah, we'll take it down here. I'll spread manure on our wheat field down here while we're still down here, I'll go get it filled up at the manure heap, and then we'll go up north and get that on the wheat field. I was thinking totally wrong. This field already has fertilizer. Of course, this field, yeah, both fields that need it are both in the same direction up there. That's right, of course. Yes, of course. So we're going to head down here and we'll loop around. I'll go back here. We'll get a fertilizer loaded into it, and then I'll take our shortcut road on the way back. Boy, that is so sweet to know that road is there. Now, do we have a way to load this in here? We've got a tractor down here with a front loader. Tell me it's got something that will scoop manure on it. Probably does. Yes, silage fork. I like the silage forks because they're versatile. Because they can scoop a lot of things. Manure, there's that. Can it scoop manure? That's actually, I could be proven wrong on this. They can scoop a lot of things. And transport bales. That's why I like the silage forks. Manure, though, I'm actually not sure. Let's find out. Oh, yes. This is a very slow loader. Yes. This tractor is in line to be replaced once we are able to get another new one. But for now, hey, it's a great loader. It's just the loader works pretty slow. Yes, this can scoop manure. Excellent. I mean, it won't scoop grain, or will it? I'm not sure. Well, I will say this, though. Silage forks are incredibly useful. They can scoop many things, okay? And they can still move bales. So it's a great bang for your buck. It's not only saving a couple $1,000s, it's saving space where you park your attachments as well. All right. Let's get this loaded in here. Let's take a couple of these loads, probably like 3 loads maybe, or 2 or 3. But I swear on this loader here, the arm actually moves slower. Like it seems like the arm itself moves slower. Everything about this tractor is slow. Great tractor though. Yeah, it doesn't have as much capacity either as the other ones. All right, and that should be, it doesn't look very full, but I thought that 3 loads there would kind of fill it. Oh no. Not even close. It's going to take a few more loads from this. May as well get it filled while we're right here. We're right here with a loader, and there's a huge pile of it. There's no excuse not to get this filled right here, except that this loader is very slow. Yeah, it is. It's so slow to move. Well, again, next time we get a new tractor, maybe it's this tractor that we saw, And I think a new tractor is definitely a possibility this summer, especially once we get a loader for that one there. We don't need to. We have yet another tractor. We've got the 3 tractors right now. We got the 934 turbo, this little guy here, and our brand new Zeta over there. Those 3. Technically, we do have the other tractor that's down there over there at that cattle farm. Just haven't brought it out yet. The bigger tractor, we brought that from a previous farm. It's like the only piece of equipment. If you recall, I mentioned something about it. I probably mentioned it about every episode because it's like the one thing I'm proud of that I kept from the original fleet before I sold everything and moved to Poland. Yeah, I came here with a tractor. All this other stuff, though, is kind of cool, though, because, like, for instance, that red Zeta there, that's really cool. That's our first souvenir, really, from here. The first... like a lot of this stuff was bought used when I came down here and relocated, and I'll always have fond memories of our brand new Zeta over there because, yeah, going to the city to buy that brand new from the dealership, that's always something cool. But yeah, pretty much all this equipment is stuff that's either, right at the beginning when I first came here or stuff that we've acquired since we've been here. Man, this loader doesn't go very high on this tractor. Well, the tractor is low. It's not that the loader doesn't go very high, it's that the tractor is very low. These will start driving forward while the boom lowers because it takes forever. And backing, yeah, I may as well start moving the tractor while I'm raising it up and down because, whoops. But then that's what happens when you move too many controls at once. Did I lose any of it? I don't think so, actually. I think I caught it before it dumped any out, technically. That can happen, though. I'm pretty sure I've told the story before of when I was working at a warehouse, and the guy I was working with was operating the forklift, and he was doing basically what I was doing there with the forklift, except he was moving really expensive equipment around with it. Yeah, got too wrapped up in going back and forth and up, lowering it and raising it as he was backing up. He was just grabbing pallets. Well, they weren't pallets. They were huge crates with very expensive stuff in them. He was grabbing them too quick. And he fumbled the controls in accident and dropped one from like 10 feet up. And, well, that was about 10 or 20 grand worth of stuff that got broken. Anyway, yeah, so fumbling the controls, moving too fast back and forth can happen. Right, so we're done with this. I'm going to get this guy put away, and let's get that manure up to our fields. Now, luckily, we have this shortcut up here that now I know we can take. Oh, yes, I'm going to keep mentioning that because... just one of those cool things that you find, and then it's like, oh, wow. Yeah. And I'm eager to see how quickly we can get these fields done with this. I mean, these fields are only like, I think they're each a third of a hectare. It should be super quick to get these done. And this is going to be the last thing we do in this episode here, of course. This is March's episode. May or may not decide to have another episode in March. I never know for sure. But, of course... this being Friday's episode, Monday will be April. Whether or not there's another March episode, there may well be, there could be, and that will be between now and Monday because regardless, Monday will be April. And that's how I've decided. I think it's a good way to progress through this. We can get, this kind of schedule really, really is going to work. You will see. All right, so here is our, formerly the cornfield, now known as the wheat field. The South Wheat Field, I guess. Oh, we have 3 wheat fields. I don't know. I may still call it the cornfield because that was what was here when we moved here. So let's see, how is our work width here? Okay, we could stand and move over a tad and zoom out so I can see better. Still new to the whole spreading manure thing. Let's see how this coverage goes here. Yeah, we're going to have to get some of the other areas down there. Let's get the big, bulk of the area over here first, I suppose. And manure is definitely going to work great, at least for small fields. I think the thing we'll run into, though, this is something you'd run into going up to bigger fields, is that manure generally does not have the work width that other types of fertilizer have. So moving to bigger fields, I don't know how that would be. But for these small fields like this, obviously this makes just super quick work of it, So this is the last stage of fertilization we'll need on this field. See if I can get that back corner back there. Yeah, I think I largely got it there. I will want to come back and roll this. Well, we already got the roller up here. Yeah, I want to come back and roll this as long as we're up here. And of course, this month before it grows any. All right, and that's really it for most of this field. I'm going to get some more of these stray spots here with the manure, head up to the other wheat field over there. And that's us pretty set for March. With these fields done, really what's left is what we'll be doing largely this summer, which is taking care of the cattle, doing contracts around town, and, well, whatever else may crop up. So for now, guys, thanks so much for following along. Month of March. I'll see you guys on Monday for April, or maybe in between for another March episode if some cool work comes our way. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and please, I really appreciate it. If you like following along with the series, then subscribe and follow along, and let me know what you think in the comments down below, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.